Alright, I'm going to try and do a real quick video for the government rectangular survey method. Basically, it works as a principal meridian with parallel lines. Those lines are called range lines, CDR. Alright. There is a strip of land that runs right here. It's called a range. It is 6 miles wide. Intersecting that's a baseline. Running parallel to the baseline are some township lines. Alright. Those township lines create a strip of land, also 6 miles wide. It is called a tier. Here's the 0, 0, called a pivot point. Each tier overlaps a range, right? Here's an example. That creates what they call a township. That township is a geographic township, not a political one like Perry Township or White River Township. It is obviously 6 by 6. Each township can be identified just like the old series Battleship. What you have is a range, 2 ranges west of the 0 line, and you've got 2 tiers north of the 0 line. Alright, so this one down here, let's draw another one, right here would be one, 2, 3 ranges east, and 1, 2, 3 tiers south. Alright, 3 ranges east, 2 tiers south. It is 6 by 6. Alright? Now, so what I'm going to do is draw this, was it 2 tiers north, 2 ranges west was our original one. It is 6 by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not very straight, but you'll get the idea. These are one township. In that one township is 36 sections that are each 1 mile by 1 mile. They are numbered starting in the upper right hand corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then they turn around and went back the other way. Remember, these were done on foot, so they didn't want to pick up their stuff and walk back. They just turned around and went the other way. Now, hopefully, if I've done this right, what you're going to end up with is 36 sections. Alright? Each one is 1 mile by 1 mile. Now, you must memorize this, that the section inside of 16 is the school section. By definition, it's always section 16. Alright? Now, let's pretend I live in section 26. So, if I ask you to find me, could you find me? That's 1 mile by 1 mile. No, it's not. So what we're going to do is blow up this section. This is section 26 that I live in. That section is 640 acres. So that's too big, so we're going to divide that in 2/4. This becomes the northeast, the northwest. Well, that's wrong. Becomes the northwest. There you go. Southwest, southeast. Each one of these is 160 acres. That's still too big. So what we're going to do is take each quadrant and divide it into each quadrant. So what I have here is the northeast quadrant of the northeast quadrant. Because theoretically down here, I have the northeast quadrant of the southwest quadrant. Each one of these quadrants is 40 acres. All right? Can you find me inside of that 40 acres? The answer becomes no. So what we're going to do is take that 40 acres and divide it one last time and get 10. And what you have right here, let me change colors so you can see. This right here is the northeast quadrant of the northeast quadrant of the northeast quadrant of section 26, 2 tiers north, 2 ranges west of principal meridian number 2. That is only one 10 acres that you can have. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to make another one just so that you can see it and give you a little practice. Here's section 26. What I'd like for you to do is tell me what is this section right there. All right? All right, so what you have is the southwest quadrant, you work out, of the northwest quadrant, that's here, of the northwest quadrant of section 26, and on and on and on. All right? Now, let's do one more. Let's go over to this one. I hope that's pink. What you end up with is, notice starting here, that's the northwest quadrant, and then it is of the southwest quadrant of the northeast quadrant, which is this one. All right? So that's how you can determine the legal address or the legal description. This one would be the northwest quadrant of the southwest quadrant of the northeast quadrant of section 26, 2 ranges north, 2 ranges west, 2 tiers north of principal meridian number 2. All right? That's basically the system and how it works.